little ugly bruise right here, and he had something's fractured in him. And then when was it? Friday, this past Friday, he showed up to the job, and he was walking all slow, and his complaint was that when he sneezed, it started hurting on the side, and he thinks it's his ribs. Hey, but the weekend before that just passed, he had got his ass beat up. You know, the Lord ain't done with him, and he's proud, man. He's wicked. But that's what happens, you know, especially when a man, you know, like, I don't know who I am. I know that I'm an Israelite, but I don't know if I'm in the elect. But, you know, us men, when we encounter certain individual men or people at jobs or at families or on the streets, what have you, we won't see them or no more. We'll hear the hell they're catching. We hear about the hell they catch. Why? Because they came up to us and we had we encountered each other and words were exchanged, and boom, then it's left in between. That's where the brother read in Romans chapter 12, leave wrath. How did it say? Leave place for wrath. That's that place. Unless that man comes to his senses and repents and gets right, you know, then the Lord may appease that. He may turn that wrath away from him and have mercy on him. But until then, y'all gonna catch hell, man.
And that's well, I mean, that's the thing, y'all. 2/3, y'all believe that y'all like to laugh because it's been so long that you haven't seen what you want to call, what you see as judgment. You know, it's been so long that you've been indoctrinated with all these lies, to where you actually think that everything's the way it's supposed to be. Judgment is being poured out. But we're coming out here telling you, according to the truth, that what you're learning, man, what the judgment you think you know, that's not real judgment, man. That's lies. And the true judgment that's coming, it's right around the corner. That true, what real judgment is, it's about to be implemented again forever, you know. And that's what y'all fail to realize when y'all. That's when y'all take into your minds, like, because a lot of y'all think this book is a fairy tale. I don't know how it happened, how the Most High did that way it did, but the Most High allowed y'all to be like, all right, it's a fairy tale. It happened so long, it just happened, you know.
Put that delusion, that strong delusion into your mind to believe in a lie.
Right, you know.
But let me get this. This is Ezekiel 8:12. Then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark? Every man in the chambers of his imagery. For they say, the Lord seeth us not, the Lord hath forsaken the earth.
Right, and like what was just made a comment earlier, when you say or when you laugh at your own sin or you take it as a light thing, that's a wicked spirit to be put on you, man. Like we always tell you, man, about you know, how it takes an exceedingly atrocious, wicked man to actually think he's a righteous person when he's doing nothing but wickedness. You know, that's when you know, man, that demons on. I wish we could speak a different way from it to let you know, to like emphasize how great of wickedness that is, man. To let you know the gravity of how wicked that person really is.
Well, really, that person got the demon on him.
Yeah.
You're possessed, man.
Yeah, you're possessed.
You got demons on you to not see your own wickedness. Just like the what does it say in the Sirach about the woman? It says that a wicked woman, the wickedness of a wicked woman is but little to her. And the one in Proverbs, it says the wicked woman, after she commit adultery, she wipes her mouth like if she got done eating, and as if she did nothing.
And that's and another example, like me and his brother, before we were coming out here, I was telling him about this report I was listening to on the TV, but it's about the whole Vatican and everything. Like, for these men, because I was thinking about it, like these churches, these so-called groves that are set up today, like Esau, man, puts them up when they're supposed to be, really, man, these temples are supposed to be a holy place. But when you go to these priests, you're looking at them, you're like, oh, Father. You don't even realize, man, they could have just gotten back from raping a little boy, man, and you're sitting there giving them honor and everything. That's where it comes into, like, y'all people, y'all don't even realize how wicked these people really are, man. You don't realize how wicked the so-called white man is. You don't realize how, well, we're talking about you Negro Latinos now, you don't realize how wicked y'all are. Like the scriptures tell you in Proverbs that you're a pure and there is one that is pure in your own eyes.
Generation.
Yeah, there's a generation that are pure and righteous in their own eyes. You know, to get to that level of where you think you're a righteous person, but you're going throughout your whole life committing sin, man, without you even knowing, that's an extremely wicked person, man.
And you're eating pork.
Yeah, you're eating pork.
Right, and you continue to sleep with men's wives. You're wicked. There ain't nothing good about you. I don't care what your boss, your supervisor, right? I don't care what they think about you. And the Lord don't have he's no respecter of persons. He don't care how great you are, how honorable you are. In his eyes, you're a filthy rag.
But that's where it comes in. From the beginning we were speaking about, that's where it comes in. Who are you to judge? You know, that's where y'all. That's the last resort to say to someone, because you know that you're going off.
Right, like the same way we're out here casting righteous judgment, y'all are judging us right back, unrighteous judgment. Y'all did it to Yahweh Shai. Y'all are doing it to him again, all over again. All over again. Y'all don't even realize that's how stupid and wicked y'all are. 2/3 of y'all gonna die, man, for y'all's wickedness. Let me get this about them faggot ass Pharisees and priests. This is Matthew 23, verse 27. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness. Even so ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within you are full of hypocrisy and iniquity.
Well, yeah, because you think you're righteous, but really, man, you're a wicked demon. And the one in Matthew 23 and 23, that gets on the whole judgment.
Oh yeah. But I'm gonna jump down to verse 29 too. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous. And say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Wherefore you be witnesses unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. Fill you up then the measure of your fathers.
Right, which is death. You got to fill up. You got to take that death. That's your judgment. And really, man, you 2/3. Your judgments are to, like we were speaking about, to get us out of the way, or to try to rebuke us so something bad happens to us. That's the only time y'all want to try to do a judgment.
Yeah, but it's not right.
Right.
It's a false.
Well, I mean, yeah,
it's a wrong judgment.
Yeah, like
it's a wrong service.
Like the whole thing with the elders and all these wicked Negro and Israelites who are trying to be in the truth. Your whole doctrine is just to bash on the men of the Lord. That's what it's all about. 2/3, if I come across here, that's all it's about. Your whole life is just because you want to talk shit about the ones who are doing right.
Under the same spirit.
Yeah, you're under the same spirit. Like what you did to Yahweh Shai. Like you did to the prophets.
This is Mark 7 and 21. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, and evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
And it should have said unrighteous judgments, because that's all that comes out of it. The scripture saying, Jeremiah 17:9, that the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. And after that it says, who can know it? Because no man, whether it was another man trying to guess your own mind, knows your mind. Because there's nothing, your mind goes into your flesh, right? And there's nothing that can come out of a man, out of his mind that's good. There you go, I'm trying to put it right.
But this is where, in Matthew 7, is where it will get into the whole judgment thing. Because within a man, what comes out of a man is what defiles a man, right? You want to get it? Go ahead. Matthew 7:1.
This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 1. Judge not, that you be not judged. For with what judgment you judge, you shall be judged. And with what measure you meet, it shall be measured to you again.
Right, so you're going to be judged according to what judgment you proceeded to go with somebody, or with someone, or some great situation.
It says, and with what measure you meet, it shall be measured unto you again. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye.
Right. So why are you looking at your neighbor's problems, his struggle, or you know, his spiritual struggle rather than yours? You're not even you ain't got yourself in order, and you ain't plucked out all that unleavened bread. But all the meanwhile, you're looking at the other man, the next man's problem, acting like you can fix it.
Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the, or no, it says, and why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite.
There you go, he said, thou hypocrite. And we jumped into the Pharisees being full of hypocrisy and iniquity, and there's no hypocrite that's going to inherit the kingdom of heaven.
Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye.
Right, so you got to get yourself right in order to cast righteous judgment, to even give judgment. If you're not even right yourself, you can't be given. If you're not right yourself, you can't give judgment according to the law. So you're going to be found as a hypocrite because all along you're doing the same thing. Whether it may not be the same error, but you and all you're going off breaking the law in a certain different area. So you're being found as a hypocrite.
This is Romans 2:1. It says, therefore thou art inexcusable, O man, whosoever thou art that judges.
Right, so whosoever thou art that judges. It don't matter, it's not just saying the elect, any man, whosoever you are.
For wherein thou judgest another, thou condemnest thyself. For thou that judgest doest the same things.
Right, but we already told you, the scriptures already told us what we had to do before we can cast judgment. It said to take out the plank that's in your own eye. Then you can see clearly to take out the wood that's in your brother's eye. So don't try to say, well, see, it says right there that you can't cast judgment, or at least you condemn yourself. No, the Lord already gave, the Lord himself, you go to Matthew 7, those words are written in red. Those are out of his word. He said, first get yourself in order, then cast judgment.
It says, for thou that judges doest the same things.
Right, y'all do it the same things. Whether it may not be in that same error that next man's going through, but it's in a different area in the law that you're going off.
But we are sure that the judgment of the Most High is according to truth.
Right, it's according to the truth, which you go out throughout the whole Bible, you find out what the truth is. It's ultimately this word. It's this word and all, because the laws are his word too. It's all compiled in one book. So the truth is the law.
It says, but we are sure that the judgment of the Most High is according to truth against them which commit such things.
Right, against them that commit such things. Now, if you go to get this one, Timothy, it says the same thing. This is 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 8. But we know that the law is good if a man use it lawfully, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient. So that's what the law is for. It's for those to cast judgment upon those that are going off in error.
Right.
Not a righteous man. The righteous man has already got written in his heart. He knows to walk according to the Spirit.
It says, but we are sure that the judgment of the Most High is according to truth against them which commit such things. And thinkest thou this, O man, that judgest them which do such things, and doest the same, that thou shalt escape the judgment of the Most High? Right.
You think you're gonna escape the judgment of the Most High? You people that cast judgment, especially when you cast judgment upon the men of the Lord, you marked yourself. You already said that you don't care about your life. You don't care about what happens to you. Because if you're a man of understanding, you ain't gonna jump into a situation like that. You're gonna discern it, like the scriptures say. First understand, then rebuke. You're gonna understand. You're gonna come up, ask questions. You're gonna try to understand. You may not understand that first jump off, but it's better off for you to be like, all right, you know what? I just don't understand. You have a good day, and you go on your business and don't even think of nothing wicked. Just go on your way. But once you start bashing the men of the Lord, you start thinking evil of the men of the Lord, you already sealed up your fate. It's worse for you too. It's still worse for that man that just walks away because he don't understand. But to you that start cursing us out, persecuting us, hey,
you were set up, man, to get a horrible death.
Yeah, you're gonna get a horrible death. Just like the men of the Lord that have this truth, and they go back into the world, they're gonna get many stripes versus the one that didn't know, right? But the ones, you 2/3 that come up and act like you're the hand of the Lord, that you think you're doing God's service, you have a horrible judgment, man.
Like we always say, man, when you come up against the man of the Lord, man, and the Most High chose him, you don't. Like I was telling the brother, man, I was like, they don't understand. Like, you don't understand what you've just done. You have no idea that you just sealed up a horrible. Well, it's actually going to speak about it right here.
Well, so it's like this too. Like over here in Mexico, in the borders of right here in Texas and Mexico, they got what they call the Zetas. It's a militia, a military organization of men that broke off from the military, and they came up with this cartel. Well, there's a certain story that I was told here at my recent job, was that this man, he was this Mexicano, the Issacharite, he was real good at setting up surveillance cameras. You know, anything that had to do with electronics, he was good at it. So that man was brought up to those men, the Zetas, and they took him in to do all their work for them in that area. Well, they ended up at this bar one night, and this was all happening in Mexico. He was originally from Mexico, but he moved over here to Texas, and then he went back to do work. But they were out having a good time at a bar. Well, there was another organization, small, not as great as the Zetas, but something small at a lower scale, and they were doing their wicked biddings on trying to do extortions and murders and, you know, what have you. So they ended up getting those men. That man that the Zetas brought in to do the surveillance cameras, so he was under the Zetas already. So they brought him in with those other men that were with him, and they hemmed them up and they took them as captives to get a ransom. Well, it turned out they told them who they were. What they did, they knew they fucked up. That was whether they let them go or not, they knew they were gonna die. So they ended up killing those men. And then what happened? It still happened. They ended up killing those guys that took part of their people. So that's what the brother is trying to give you an example. Like, you know, the Most High is watching is the elect, and any man, it don't matter whether you're a woman, a child, or a man, or an elderly. If you do the elect wrong, it's like touching somebody that's in those cartels here on earth. You mess with one of their own, what happens? Whether if you just look at them disrespectfully, that's enough to get you killed. If you respond to them in a disrespectful manner, that's enough to get you killed. It's the same thing with Yahweh Shai. You give an evil eye, like we read in Luke or Mark, with that what comes out of a man, an evil eye. You look at a man with an eye of some form of intentions, malice, just with your eyes, that will get you killed by the Most High.
Scriptures tell you, well, two scriptures, Psalms 35 tells you that it already tells you, like you were explaining, man, that if you mess one of us, man, the Most High, Scripture's saying in the Psalms that the angels of the Most High kept around about them that fear the Most High, and they kept around them daily, 24/7. You got an innumerable multitude of angels just standing around, watching y'all, man, making sure that the demons don't touch us.
This is Psalms 33 and verse 18. Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from the death and to keep them alive in famine. Oh, our soul waited for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. I'm going to jump down to verse Psalms 34:7 or verse 6. This poor man cried and